I say, well, ho, chaps and chapettes, Scone, Chap and Bertie here.
Yes.
Yes, indeed, fellows. I dare say we are now discussing here the top 5 most deserving characters who should have made it into Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS.
We most certainly are. As you know, they've just announced some characters that will be going in and said that's your lot, that's all you get, you're not going to get any more.
That's right, they've said that Bayonetta and Corrin are the final DLC characters for Super Smash Bros. And there won't be any more. But exactly. We are saying now who should have made it into this game but never saw the light of day.
Well, we're going to talk about it, yes indeed, because no doubt lots of people out there who did put people forward will be disappointed because they weren't chosen.
Exactly. Now, of course, Nintendo's Nintendo Direct showed us that Bayonetta was number 1 in Europe and number 5 in North America out of realizable characters only. Okay, now this means, of course, Nintendo have been doing a bit of spring cleaning on that poll list and perhaps even removed some high-ranking entries because they weren't realizable. In other words, we are talking characters perhaps like Freddy Fazbear, Shrek, Goku, etc. and so forth.
Wait a minute, I mean, didn't a lot of people want those in, though? Freddy Fazbear and Shrek and Goku and all the rest of them.
Those particular characters, amongst others, no doubt, indeed got a lot of interest from fans, and I'm sure many votes, but because of the, the circumstances surrounding this, the legal technicalities, copyright issues, etc., and so forth, Nintendo have deemed them unrealistic or unrealizable characters.
Well, that would be good for some people, but very bad for others who wanted them in, won't it?
Perhaps. Now, in at our realizable list, we have here, number 5 is actually a 4-way tie we have here on our list, and I shall read the names off as follows. They are Isaac from Golden Sun, King K Rool, the Splatoon Inkling, or Young Link.
Ah, right, okay, so these are sort of a 4-way tie, as you know, in at number 5, so there's a few in there.
Yes.
So okay, let's talk about this. King K Rool.
He's from Donkey Kong, you know.
Well, we know he's,
and he has a great big blunderbuss, old chap.
He's got a blunderbuss, but the problem that I've got with that is we've already got Donkey Kong in, as well as Diddy Kong as well.
But hold on, we've got 2 Donkey Kong representatives. We've got 6 Bally Fire Emblem representatives, for goodness sake, old chap. Would it kill us to have, one more DK chap in the mix there? We could even have, I don't know, someone like Dixie Kong as well, and it wouldn't upset the scales.
They put him forward. He was put forward.
He was.
People wanted King K Rool. As you say, yes, we've got loads and loads of Fire Emblem characters, but maybe they didn't want to fill it with, just loads of characters from the same game, sort of
Maybe
thing.
DK is just not popular, I should say, enough at the moment, and also bear in mind they did release the Mii costume of King K Rool, so that just about ruled out King K Rool.
Well, I suppose so. But just looking at the Inkling there,
yes.
I can't see how that one came up. I mean, Splatoon's only just come out this year.
Well, it has a lot of fans, old boy.
Well, it's got fans.
And I think the Inkling could have a lot of potential as a unique character because of his or her ability to transform into a squid.
Well, yes, it could do that, of course, and of course the thing with spraying the paint, I suppose, would be interesting, but could it be just like another sort of, another me sort of character?
Yes.
Type thing,
But also, of course, the Inkling could be very overpowered if he was allowed to cover the entire stage in ink. I think that would be a small problem there, so perhaps that's why they said no to the Inkling, perhaps.
Also, but maybe because it's just not well known enough yet either.
I think it's quite well known, though.
It's not like sort of Donkey Kong, is it?
Now, Isaac from Golden Sun appeared in a Game Boy Advance game many years ago, 2001, 2002, I believe. He was also an assist trophy in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and so he has quite a large fan base as such. Unfortunately, this time he didn't make it in, and neither did, of course, did Young Link from Smash Bros. Melee, and of course Majora's Mask.
Well, we haven't got Young Link in, but of course we've got Toon Link in. It's a bit like Young Link, I suppose, isn't it?
Well, Toon Link replaced Young Link, but there are some who would argue that Young Link is the one and only Young Link, and it's irreplaceable. So there we go.
Well, you can't have him.
Sadly, you can't have Young Link.
Well, there we are.
So no longer.
He should have been in, could have been in, or whatever. What about number 4?
Number 4, of course, we have is a space pirate, in fact. He's a furry animal who flies through space. And what's his name, old boy?
Wolf.
Wolf. Now, of course, Wolf is the pilot of the Wolfen aircraft and the leader of the Star Wolf team, who is, of course, Fox's most notorious band of rivals. I can't let you do that, Starfox. Yes.
Right, okay.
That's what he says, it is, everybody.
Really? Okay.
He does,
Right,
I'm sure they know out there he says that. And, of course, he was previously quite a large fighter, and a hyped fighter, if you will, in Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Okay, so he was put forward quite a big suggestion. They didn't want him. They said no, and we're not going to put him in. Perhaps because I've already said it, but we've already got someone from Starfox in.
Well, yes, he did have a very powerful up smash, as I recall, also quite a unique blaster which could attack you both at close range and long range, so he was quite a formidable foe, a bit like a sort of more heavyweight version of Fox, with more power but less speed, if you will. Quite a dangerous character, but they've said nope, no to Wolf in Super Smash Bros. On Wii U and 3DS, so it seems we'll have to wait till next time to see that particular chap in the game.
What, there isn't going to be a next time, not putting any more in, are they?
The next Smash Bros. Game, old boy. I'm sure they will, and I hope so, anyway.
Well, yes, but perhaps he should have been in. This is the whole idea of this video we're talking about. Maybe they should have had him in anyway.
He would have been in, but you'll see, but Mr. Sakurai said he couldn't let him in, old chap.
Okay, so...
I can't let you join that, Star Wolf.
Well, okay, so what is in at number 3 then?
Right, number 3, of course, we have the famed indie character. Now, many people have voted for this fellow. His name is Shovel Knight.
Ah, yes, they did. Lots of people voted for this. Don't know what you chaps, chappets, and general listeners out there think, but Shovel Knight. They put him down, but Nintendo said no, we're not having him in.
That's right, indeed. Shovel Knight, of course, appeared in a popular Nintendo 3DS and Wii U eShop game, which saw the blue-clad knight-armoured hero making use of his shovel to bounce around and generally slay his foes with increasing rapidity due to the various upgrades he could acquire. But sadly, it seems that Mr. Sakurai said goodnight to Shovel Knight because he won't be appearing in Smash Bros.
No, he won't, no.
He's even gotten an amiibo, for goodness sakes, but they said, nope, sorry, you're not good enough, not worthy to go in Smash Bros, old chap.
Well, it's interesting, yes, he does have an amiibo, but they've obviously rubbed their chins and said, no, we're not putting him in.
Now, of course,
don't want him in.
This is interesting because,
Yes.
Bayonetta is quite a popular character in Japan, perhaps, where just the same as Shovel Knight is rather popular over here, but Nintendo have said, nope, sorry, we don't know that character well enough in Japan, Shovel Knight perhaps, so we'll go for Bayonetta instead.
Exactly.
And also, of course, Bayonetta has, various female shapely features, which, of course, Shovel Knight lacks, so perhaps that's one more reason.
Yes, but maybe he should have been in, and they're just picking them out just because this is marketing instead of sort of thinking about the people and what they think.
Well, sales are king, it's true, old chap,
My
but
word.
there you go, and in at number 2 is in fact a lady. Now, this lady was quite a popular choice, I have to say, and she even won various polls on the internet. What was her name, old chap?
She won various polls?
Polls, yes,
Oh, yes, of course, yes. Shantae.
Yes, that's right. Shantae, the half-genie hero, who, of course, she makes use of hair-whipping attacks and various other gadgets and gizmos to take down her foes, and she appeared, of course, in a Game Boy Color game. That's going back a few years,
Well, she did, yes, indeed. I think it was a viable character.
Yes.
In my opinion, Shantae, not a bad, interesting character. I mean, we've got some other things like I'm just trying to think of one now that's not really that well known. I mean, who is there in there?
Well, there's, I suppose, at the risk of angering the fans, there's Shulk, old chap. I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles didn't sell all that well.
It's not like Mr. Game & Watch, though.
Mr. Game & Watch, well, he's sort of classic. He's very dear to Nintendo, you'll see.
Well,
but,
I suppose so.
I mean, you've got Shantae here, this bikini top-clad, belly-dancing, girl, basically.
Yes.
Would she just be too much for Smash Brothers? Now, of course, we can shoot that argument straight down in flames because we've got Bayonetta here in all her long-legged glory. So I don't think that's an issue, really.
So yes, exactly. So they've gone for Bayonetta, but they said Shantae no, even though Shantae's got some vintage history and all the rest of it, and is quite well known. They said no.
That's right. So they've shoved out Shovel Knight and given Shantae the whip, I suppose.
But we think perhaps she should have been in. What do you think?
That's right. But the question is, who tops our list of the characters who should have made it into Super Smash Bros. On Wii U and 3DS? I shall tell you who it is myself, you know.
Go on then.
Snake.
Aha! Snake, exactly. So the shoulds and the oughts.
Shoulds and the oughts?
Snake.
Where is Snake, ladies and gentlemen? Where is this stealthy tactical espionage operations or action chap?
That was well said, Bounty Lines. Well done.
Well, I don't use lines. It's
very good.
It says on the box, you know.
It says on tactical. Oh yes. You read it quickly. Yes. No.
it
yes.
didn't.
Seriously, yes. Snake. Well, a lot of people voted for him. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
And of course, he's had a game come out this year. Although the game was.
We don't talk about that one, old boy.
Well, exactly. A lot of fans of Snake weren't very happy with that game.
No.
It was just a repeat of Peace Walker.
But I'm not talking the chap with the horn and the robotic arm. I'm talking here Solid Snake, the legendary hero, the son of Big Boss.
Yes, Snake the hero, all the rest of it. He was, of course, in the previous game, and of course now they have said, no, we're not going to put him in here.
Now, I just don't understand why, because he made an awful amount of sense, if you ask me. He was such a natural character in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, quite high tier as well. I encountered him many times online, and many chaps liked using him, but now he's just gone. And I think this great, interesting moveset and those horribly broken, disjointed hitboxes and various other nasty features he had are now just completely absent from the game. There's a snake-shaped hole in the game, old boy. Where is he?
Snake-shaped hole, yes, indeed. I mean, they've taken out a main character there. Of course, history-wise, goes right back through the years as a gaming, character, very well known.
Yes. I mean, he hasn't had too many games on Nintendo platforms. He did have Metal Gear on NES and, of course, Twin Snakes on GameCube, but his most recent adventures haven't really been on Nintendo platforms.
Well, he doesn't have to be on on Nintendo.
That's it, though. He did have a remake of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater on the 3DS, so there you go.
Yes, we're not saying necessarily Nintendo, but he just goes back, very long way there.
He does.
Well, back into the 90s or wherever it was.
But perhaps
He said no.
It really was, as the Colonel said in the Smash Bros. Brawl trailer. Snake, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, it could
That was
be.
a good impression, wasn't it?
Well, yes, it was very good, yes.
Colonel, I can't get into Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS. I just don't understand why. But don't worry, I'll be in Brawl if you want to play as me, okay?
Yeah, but what say they don't make another Brawl?
Is that old Snake, old chap?
Yeah.
They're not going to make another Brawl, of course, but perhaps, as we just touched on there...
What say they don't make another Super Smash Brothers?
They will! You have to believe! They will make another Smash Brothers game, of course they will!
Okay, so what do you all guys out there think about Snake not being in, Shantae, Shovel Knight, Wolf, and Isaac from Golden Gun, the rest of them not being in?
It's not Golden Gun, it's Golden Sun,
Oh,
for a
Golden
start.
Sun then, I'm thinking of the Golden Gun, the man with the Golden Gun and Snake, it all works in, doesn't
Oh,
it?
yes, the Major did
It's
like
fake.
those James Bond films, old chap.
Yes.
But anyway, also, of course, don't forget the unrealizable characters. Do you think they did not deserve even a shot at the Smash Brothers videos? Freddy Fazbear, Shrek and Goku? I'm sure I just heard a resounding no, get them out of here.
Well,
but there we are.
Exactly,
Yes.
there's still people taking their punch bags off the ceiling with anger because Freddy Fazbear's not in.
You don't think they sort of had
And some are cuddling him with joy because he isn't in.
Do you think they had a punch bag with Mr. Sakurai's face on it, old boy?
Might have done.
I hope not, or perhaps even Freddy's face on it.
Yes, it burns more calories than just throwing darts,
It does, that's right. But
It's more healthy.
You have to recall, Felios, that
Yes.
regardless of who you or I wanted in Super Smash Bros., the ultimate decision and final say rests with Mr. Sakurai, and if he says no to a character, they don't get in. So there you are. This has been our list, Felios, of the top 5 most deserving characters who should have got in Super Smash Bros. Let us know your thoughts, I say.
What do you think? Who do you think should have got in, perhaps?
Yes, of course. Thank you very much, buddy. I'm looking forward to seeing you once more the next exciting outing of there.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Until then.